Hello, brothers. I try to get down under the nitty-gritty, and if it goes over 10 minutes, something very important because everything I say is fucking important. Common sense. Mark Twain, Socrates, Heraclitus. Okay, water is fire and fire is water. It seems to not make sense, does it? I think you need to do some research on how this life works. Do you believe that we live in a matrix? Or do you believe that we don't exist at all? And we're just a blink of an eye in a fly's time span? Now, if you have comments, questions on it, so you put it down below. And of course, I'm going to keep it as comedy. Someone told me I should put it on blogs and people. But there's a logical reason behind why I haven't commented, because I like to make people smile. I like to make people happy, okay? I don't talk all of the time nasty, okay? That's just not me. I am a very Renaissance person. I cannot just stay in one field. I sound uneducated to the uneducated, okay? And to those who are the elite, they know I'm highly sophisticated, educated. You don't have to talk it, you just know it, okay? Right? And you try to express yourself to the most nitty-gritty as possible. Simplistic terms. But of course, I digress here. If you have any comments, questions on it, so you put it down below. Now, this video is going to be down. Who do you pray to? Who do you pray to? It's going to be a little bit about religion here. Because I don't want to just talk about women in Micto. I don't want to talk about psychology. I don't want to talk about the third dimension, the 12th dimension. I don't want to talk about Osiris and Hoteps and shit like that. I don't want to talk about Pan-Africans. I just have to talk about multiple things. I can't just talk about one particular subject. I don't want to talk about myself. If you want to know about myself, you just ask questions. I told you fools don't ask questions. They just go head in. Fools don't ask questions. They just go head in. They don't give you no facts. I'm a wise man to say, if I'm wrong, then you prove to me that it's wrong. Okay? You put that in your description bar. You put that in that motherfucker. You're wrong. Here it is. Okay, don't put me something that you didn't hear, because a lot of people will give you some information because of the title. They didn't even listen to the whole entire video. You know how people do that shit like sometimes? They see your video and shit, and they even look at it themselves. There's a lot of biased people out there. And let's go on with the subject here. If you have any comments, questions on it, you put it down below. Even Roast Fest. I love it. I love it all. If it's a corny roast fest, it will not be shown. Okay, I told you America is the most evolved humor in the world. So there's a reason for it, because there's so much diversity here, right? Duh, okay. English is number one. But that's not what this video about. I digress. This video is going to be about who you pray to. Me, I pray to Satan. I pray to God. Okay. I pray to all the invisible forces that may be or may not even exist at all. I pray to prank unicorns. But think about it like this. Since I pray to myself too as well, to the Jesus and also Satan and also even God, that's a great blessing. Well, could it be a curse? So if you pray to either of these things for the sake of goodness, to protect me and have self-well-being, and to make me aware on the other side after I die, and you pray to exactly what you want on the other side before you die, and you know if something positive occurs from it, and your life is being more... I think that there's more negative energy in this world. It is intended to be negative energy because whatever God that created this world, if you wish to believe in that, so, okay, that must be a very creative God or a demiurge wicked God. Okay, a demiurge God is something that creates something for a purpose of itself. But a true God of love, which most people keep thinking is Almighty God, can be the overseer of the demiurge gods. That's possible. Nobody knows this truth for fact. Maybe this almighty universal God who's truly of love allows these demiurge gods to control these worlds. Okay, like Satan controls this world. People don't understand that. Okay, if you believe in a Satan, okay, don't you think that God allowed it to happen? Why is Satan put into the abyss of hell and he's let back out after 1,000 years? Okay. Why in the world that these beings come down and they give messages to humans, and if we're children, God should protect us? Why doesn't he protect us? Okay. Why does, when two individuals create a sin, okay, everybody else needs to suffer? See, logic like this. These questions cannot be answered by questions. The whole purpose is like, they always say, oh, it's a mystery. You never know what God said, because they're idiots, okay? So you have to try to figure out, okay, if they may be right. Maybe God does have an ultimate purpose, but can you see God? But if everybody did be able to see God, then all of a sudden the whole purpose will be self-defeating, because the challenge will be over. And then you'll understand what suffering is, because you'll have to suffer in order to get out. You understand? This is a matrix. You're intended to suffer to a degree to understand how Homo sapiens live. Okay, I keep telling religious people, I said, regardless of what religion you're in, what God do you pray to? So I'm going to go down a little notes here. The material world is made to distract. Women of the lower vibrations is made to distract. Okay, you're not praying hard enough. It's made to distract. Distract you from yourself, right? Which I said before, everyone is God. This wall is a God. I am a God. These glasses are a God. The God particle. There's two different types of gods. You can mix it up and match it any kind of way. There's a God particle, scientifically speaking. There's an external God from yourself, which you cannot see, like Santa Claus. But it may exist, okay? Okay, I'm not an atheist, motherfucker. I'm an agnostic. And I think atheists don't understand that the term agnostic is a skeptic. Okay, that's all agnostic means. Agnostics actually have more knowledge than atheists. But maybe, then again, maybe not. Okay, atheists are very prone on science, but they're being hypocritical by saying that, because atheists don't do the research themselves. And atheists, a true wise atheist will say, I don't know this. I don't know what an atom is. I've only seen it on the media. That's the definition of atheist. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. It's possibly true. What light bulb? What's the power? I didn't do the research myself. You can't believe everything you see on the media, right? But the atheist just believes that there is no absolute God, no possibility of it. But agnostics are like that, actually. You're actually an agnostic, okay? It makes more sense. Do some more research on that, okay? Please. The older version of atheist is actually a person who does not believe in a God at all. Absolutely not. No possibilities of it. It doesn't say it, though. It doesn't say they don't believe in the possibility of a God. They just don't believe in a God. Okay? So, presuming that it doesn't say it, that means they don't believe in the possibility of one. But agnostics, is the definition already there. Agnostics are skeptics. They don't know if there is a God. That makes more sense than saying there is no God, because they have no proof. Atheists don't have any proof. Okay? Agnostics are more proven. Okay, because they don't know the information. It's theoretical. Now, on to the next subject. The Buddha is a distractor. This matrix, the story that you hear in this world so far, is a distractor. So I pray to all these beings to see who is more powerful. If the Satan is more powerful and he needs more love, he will make me his minion. Think about it like that. And I will rule this world with an iron fist, and I will become a god, and I cannot be destroyed, and my head cannot be cut off because I cannot be killed. So will I be put in the abyss for 1,000 years? No, that's not true. Because God allowed this to happen. He could have easily destroyed Satan a long time ago. And you're thinking about one planet? Who do you pray to, motherfucker? You pray to Shiva? Now, Shiva is more powerful God than any other thing I've ever read in fucking any religion. Shiva, Krishna, Vishnu, his bodies. He got different types of bodies, okay? His shell. His reincarnation shells. Rama and Yada. You don't know about them gods? I think you need to do some more research on that shit. Hell doesn't exist, babies. But you can go there. I believe there's a possibility to go there. There's people who actually say they went there. But that's a distraction. If you feel you're an evil person, you're going to go there. If you believe deeply and down inside of a Jesus, and you don't have no kind of other outlet or thinking ability, you're going to hell. Should I believe you? No, I shouldn't believe you. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Okay. I'm not going to believe you. You can go to hell. I'm not going there. I didn't do shit wrong. Everyone who comes in this life, in this time, is not a sinner. Okay. They only become sinners because they believe themselves are sinners. That's a fact. So if you want to kill someone and you don't think you're a sinner, then you might be going to heaven. Maybe something snapped in you. Maybe you was possessed. What else is there to say about this? I'm on the left-hand path. As I said before, another note. I want most of you to stay here. It's a beautiful life. So I'm Satan. But saying that, right? As a matter of fact, Satan has more knowledge than the God that's in the Bible that you read. That doesn't mean Satan doesn't kill that many. I think only Satan only killed 31 people while God kills millions of people. That's a fact too. Okay. And even in the Bible, it says in Isaiah, okay, I don't know what chapter or verse, it says that God created Satan. And so God is the one who's the destructor. He's the destructor of this planet. And even in the Hindu text, it says Shiva destroyed the planet. That's her creation. What about Zeus? You don't read the other religions? You don't read the other belief systems? Let me go down the next notes here. Please, okay, don't believe the hype, okay? Say we'll be let back out again after 1,000 years. I want you all to stay here because it's entertaining to see suffering, okay? And they're like Stan Lee, he created some characters, some beings called the Watchers, okay? And they feed off of entertainment. You don't know about the Watchers or anything like that, okay? They feed off the suffering and stories. Okay? Everything is a story. When you're on the other side, think about it. You came here. It just said that you came here, actually. The true origins of life. You came here as God, and you split yourself up into multiple personalities of different gods. So we can have a challenge. This life is the hardest, they say. This is the hardest planet of them all. But how do you know that? Okay? You see these planets and shit that you see on the media. And you think the white man went to the moon, okay? Shit like that, okay? But probably did. Probably they did float around in space. But you weren't there. What about a virus? They may have harder lives than we as humans can ever have. They're constantly escaping and trying to, the deep part of the sea, there's fish and creatures and shit and algae trying to escape other creatures. And you think this life is the hardest? Let's remember what I'm saying. Let's continue on here. I want you all to stay here. Not to get off the subject here. Because it's entertaining to see people squirming. You know, I like when people squirm. When I hear the beautiful music of human Homo sapiens, I get sadistic. S-A-D-I-S-T. S-A-D-I-S-T. A sadist. I become a sadist. And I love to see suffering when people don't understand and realize what kind of world they're in right now. We're in the fucking hole right now. We're in hell right now, if you don't realize it or not. Because you may have chosen to come here, right? Go back to my other past video, What If, okay? And understand the logic behind all sorts of things in this world, okay? Start making videos about it. But I started here. Nobody talks like me. But there are some videos that talk like me, but they articulate their words too clearly. So their page got pulled down. I don't want my page to be, I don't want to read off notes and shit. People are talking straight because they're reading off a notepad. They're reading off something. They're reading off a script pad or some shit on their computer. And they articulate, I said, y'all don't want that on my page. My page is not going to get flagged. Okay? I'm not monetizing my pages to get all this attention. You can put down the PayPal to donate to me. I don't have to show pictures and flashiness. My daughters will get pay me and do all that shit for me. My wife will do that shit for me. Okay? Who do you pray to, motherfucker? You should pray to me. Okay? Now, let's go on to the next thing. Okay, next note. Peace, women, materialism, anything that you gain, selfishness, and including karma, will all come back to everything that you do in this life. So once you die, and you assume that you met a being through this tunnel of light, which you got trapped into like a fucking moth to a fucking flame, and you answer to this being, okay, who are you? Okay, where's my grandmother? Where's my father? Okay, because you are attached so much to this world. Then you start to realize, wait a minute, we're in the fucking Matrix. Because you watched the movie Matrix. You're trapped now because you watched the motherfucking Matrix. Oh my God, you're trapped now because you lost the Matrix. So, the moral of what I'm saying is that who you pray to, it doesn't matter. Because if everything happened to you every time you pray, then that will make it seem definitely prominent that there is some sort of deity out there. But at the same time, sometimes you have to suffer in life. People can live very healthy lives again. It says in the Bible, it gives you a riddle, that those who seek death shall surely have life. And those who shall want to live shall surely die. So it's kind of like a paradox there. If you think to live, okay, you shall surely die. But everybody's going to eventually die, so it really doesn't matter how you look at it. Doesn't matter how you look at it. We only live to less than 100 years old. Back in those ancient times, humans used to live for 300 to 400 years. That's an assumption, motherfucker. That's an assumption. There were giants that roamed this planet. There were trees that were giants as well. But of course, I better get to my daughter. My daughter's about to fall out of the fucking seat, damn. She's very squirmy. Peace and love to you, brothers and sisters. Like, no, welcome to my page. And you have a nice fucking day. Okay? Think about it. Who do you pray to? Is your life getting better? Okay, or is it getting worse? Do you remember your past lives? Do you do anything about reincarnation? Peace.